My full list of manifestations from applying Neville's teachings. I'm writing this with the hopes of inspiring some of you that Neville's teachings are indeed real and you can absolutely create any life you desire for yourself. My history with manifestation goes back to when I was around 18 years old, now 36, in which I discovered the law of assumption without having ever read Neville. It was only years later that I discovered Neville and my entire life suddenly made sense. I've intentionally manifested my reality from the age of 18. Here's a few things I've manifested in the past years. I got admitted and studied in the specific university I wanted and graduated with honors. I was gifted an amazing and expensive car that I used throughout my school years. Got every single girl I ever went for, never been shut down once in my life. Got hired in the world's #1 company in my industry and got the respect from my father that I so much craved. I moved to Japan to work under near impossible conditions. I had always wanted to live in Japan. In 2 years I went from a salary of $40,000 to $280,000 a year. Got promoted from a low-rank basic subordinate role to a regional director role inside a Fortune 500 company in a short period of time. I moved from a ground floor, very simple, not nice, typical Japanese apartment in an ugly neighborhood to one of the most luxurious apartment buildings in Tokyo in the 32nd floor with an amazing view of Tokyo. I decided I had enough of Japan and wanted to experience a different country. In 1 month I manifested getting hired in the specific country I wanted and under better living and financial conditions. I married the girl of my dreams. I was gifted an expensive wedding 100% paid for by a millionaire stranger that me and my wife had met only 2 weeks before. This is one of my favorite manifestations of all time. Latest manifestation. I manifested $10,000 to cover all expenses from a 2-week trip to Paris I recently did. I bought my wife expensive luxury brand items. The money came in the most unexpected way only a week after I came back from my trip. This is the most recent manifestation. These are only a few of them, but the list actually goes on and on. Now for the first time, I want to make public my next manifestation. I am now manifesting buying $1 million ocean view beach house in my home country so I can go back and settle there with my wife. I'm not focusing on how I'll have the money to do this, but only focus on the end state. I plan to use both SATS and the law of assumption during my day-to-day. For your reference, I'll be using the following scene. I am standing with my wife, next to the infinity pool in my new house's terrace, drinking a local beer, feeling good, accomplished and grateful, all while overlooking the beautiful crystalline ocean and making sure I feel all my surroundings. I then proceed to tell my wife, remember how much we wanted to have this life and now we have it? And I'll loop this scene again and again.
Can you tell me what technique you use to manifest job promotion and huge salary increase? I'm aiming for it too. But it's almost 2 months. There is still no sign of it's coming.
I used SATS to create a scene and loop it until I fell asleep. It's my go-to technique. However, there are 2 things that really fuels manifestation for me. 1. Truly believing that you deserve it. Because you manifest what you are, not what you want. If you're not sure you deserve it, then it won't happen, because it's creating resistance, and it won't allow the reality you see to align with the reality you want. SATS definitely help in overcoming this, and there's been times I've manifested something without really thinking I deserve it, but it's been very little things, like a text message, or a butterfly appearing on my window. But for much larger life-impacting things I really do need to feel like I deserve it. Affirmations and mirror work come in handy for these situations. 2. Letting go of the outcome. If you are constantly thinking of why it hasn't happened, then it will never happen. Even if you are constantly expecting it, it also creates resistance which stops it from manifesting. And the reason is that when you expect something, subconsciously you are believing that you don't have it yet. For Neville's teaching to work, you have to believe that there is a reality in existence where you already have that promotion and that salary you want. Since it already exists, then you don't have to expect it. All you have to do is be it, act like you are living that reality which already exists. This is exactly the law of assumption means. It's not just assuming a state of being that you currently don't have but want. No, it's believing that the desired reality already exists and you are simply aligning to it.
I guess a better question would be, how did you go about not being rejected by any girl you wanted?
Self-image is key. If you truly believe that you are irresistible to girls, then that will be your reality, period. But if it's too hard to believe, then you need to work on your self-image. I've recommended doing mirror work to some people in a similar situation, and it works quite well to begin gaining some confidence. I use SATS to have specific girls become interested in me, but the truth is most of my success with women was just based around my own self-image and my unshakable belief that no girl could resist me and that I had no competition.